Hey everyone, Chris Ramsey here, and I want to talk today about businesses and how you then invest in real estate because this is truly the path to wealth. So recently I bought four fast casual food franchises and they all make around 175,000 profit a year with an in-store manager. And the basic point of what I was doing was trying to increase my cash flow. So my main goal always is to increase my cash flow and then use that money in real estate to get tax advantages and more cash flow. So I continue to acquire these small businesses or businesses, and then I always do the same thing with all that cash flow. All that cash is going into these real estate deals. Now, sometimes obviously real estate can be a business in itself if you're raising money for private equity deals and you're the sponsor. You can obviously take fees and get some cash flow that way. So by all means, this is not an end all be all here. But in general, the way to create wealth is by using businesses and then investing in real estate. And like I said, private equity, that is a business, right? So I guess that would fall into this category also. Now, the businesses that you buy, the way I've been structuring them, and I've learned to structure them after now purchasing over 20 small businesses, is that I always am giving up equity. Now, people say, obviously, it's terrible to give up equity. Well, yeah, I don't like giving up equity either, right? But I know that the operating partner needs skin in the game. So you need to give that operating partner equity to get them to buy into the deal. So what am I bringing to the table most of the time in these business deals, right? One, I find the deal. Two, I put the team together, whoever that may be. Three, I negotiate and I usually take care of all the financials. So that's usually my part in these deals. And then I'll give whatever equity I deem necessary to the operating partner, depending on how the deal looks. In finding okay, Chris, how do I find the operating partners? Well, finding operating partners is just marketing, right? You know people that have done things, you put messages out, you connect with people. Usually in my case, I know a ton of people. Um, and usually I know somebody just about in every field. And, if that person is trustworthy and I talk to them and they're motivated to take on a project like this, then I usually do exactly that, right? And again, giving equity is the key, right? Because they have skin in the game. The operating partner is probably not going to be able to find another deal as good as I put together. So it really makes a perfect match. Now, also with these operating partners, what I tell them, and this is just a little added incentive, added bonus to the deal, is I'll allow you to have first right of refusal on any real estate deals that I'm getting into as a limited partner, right? So all these operating partners that I have can invest with me in the same real estate that I'm buying, right? Which is my main business as a GP of a private equity real estate firm. So they get first right of refusal, and now we can be partners in that also. And they can play the same exact game that I'm playing, as I'm playing. So it's really been a game changer for a lot of my operating partners' lives also, because now they're investing in these real estate deals that they would have never been able to get into before, right? Um, so that's really the path that I've been focusing on. Now, sometimes, obviously, I'll look at more real estate than small business, and sometimes I'll look at more businesses than I will real estate, right? But right now, especially, and you're seeing a lot of this on Twitter, you're seeing a lot of this on the other social media platforms. A lot of these deals in real estate are just not penciling right now. So now is a great time to focus on building or buying businesses, right? Because you want to increase that cash flow, right? A lot of the times in these business deals, I find that also creative financing works a lot more often because it's harder for sellers to find a buyer for these businesses than it is for sellers of a piece of real estate to sell. So creative financing works a lot better when you're on the buying side of businesses. So a lot of the times I'm getting seller financing on these deals. On that 4 fast casual restaurants that I bought, that I actually got seller financing on. So creative financing is going to work in a lot of these situations, and they'll usually hold a pretty decent rate. So buying small businesses right now makes a lot of sense, especially because you can structure it a lot better with the seller, and usually get a lot better terms than you would buying real estate. So that's really where I'm focusing on right now. Another business that I've recently bought is a title company. Why? Because this has synergy with all of my real estate that I buy. So every time that I'm going to buy a piece of real estate through my private equity company, I'm going to use that title company. I'm going to use that title insurance, right? You have to buy it anyway, so I might as well use my other company. Use my title company. So that's an example of something, buying a business that would have synergy with something that you already do, right? I also own a junk removal company. I own a moving company, right? And all of those, they have synergy with the real estate. Most things that I'm going to buy, or I would say I have a lot better chance of buying, is anything that has to do with real estate, because it's just easy synergy for me with all the real estate that I own and that I buy and that I plan on buying in the future. And I'm obviously the first and usually the biggest customer. So uh, anything that you can have that vertically integrates with your real estate is obviously usually a home run. But back to how it's great buying businesses in today's current environment, you can really look for and find the deals that you want. People are looking to get out of their businesses, right? We all heard the stats about the baby boomers and how they want to get out of their businesses, right? And they don't know how to sell them. They don't know what they're worth. They don't know what they sell for. And so we can take advantage of these situations, right? And I always relate this back to self-storage probably about 10 years ago. 10 years ago in self-storage, people didn't know what they were worth. They didn't know what they sell for, what they sold for. So that's when you got amazing deals on self-storage, right? Today, that's the exact same thing I'm seeing when buying businesses. No one really knows what these businesses are worth, right? It's very hard to find sellers. So when we take all those things into account, that's where we're finding great deals in businesses where people really don't know what they're worth, know what they sell for, or have anybody to sell them to. And again, with the environment that we're in right now, people are scared. They're even scared a little bit in real estate. The problem in real estate right now is that the interest rates that we're getting are so high that even if they are scared, a lot of the deals still aren't penciling, right? Also, new construction in real estate isn't penciling. Um, conversions are still penciling, but that's one of the only types of things that we're doing right now, conversions. So, um, the businesses that we're finding, that we're buying, we're really getting great deals on, great terms on. And again, it's a way for us to increase our cash flow and put more money into our own real estate deals. And then play this tax game, right? Play this write-off game. We do the cost segregation studies. We get all these write-offs, all the depreciation on the real estate, and then we end up not paying any taxes on the cash flow from any of the businesses. So continue to play that game, right? A lot of people are very heavy in one or the other. They either have a ton of cash flow with nothing to do with it, or they're very heavy into the real estate and they don't have enough cash flow to keep funding all their deals.